All right, Shalom. We want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. We want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the elect. And once again, we are the Hebrew Israelites. We come here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America, which America in the scriptures is known as Babylon the Great. All right? They had this thing going on with the doomsday clock. All these countries you see test firing their thermonuclear missiles, all right, testing them out. The clock is going to get closer and closer to midnight, all right, because we're coming into the times of World War III. We're coming into the times of nuclear war. So with that,
I'm gonna step back. All right, this is Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven.
Yeah, the day that cometh that shall burn as an oven is talking about the thermonuclear destruction. Because it's prophesied in the Bible that America, which America is known as Babylon the Great in the scriptures, is going to be destroyed by 200 million nuclear missiles. All right, you're going to have countries like Iran, Russia, all right, Russia's allies, the nations that's a part of the EU and NATO, all right, because the nations that's in the EU and NATO, they're going to turn against America, which America is known as the whore also. We read Revelation 17 and 16. All of them is going to launch nuclear missiles over here. Because inside of the nuclear missile, you have the warheads, all right? And it equals up to 200 million nuclear missiles when you read Revelation in the 9th chapter. So the day that cometh that shall burn as an oven is talking about the thermonuclear war that's about to take place, all right? If you saw the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians that's not a part of the elect, you're going to be destroyed in this thermonuclear destruction, all right? That's why we out here to tell you, get right. We're trying to tell you, repent to the God of Israel. The God of Israel, his true name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai. All right? The Messiah's name is not Jesus Christ. The Messiah's name is Yahweh Shai. That's the name you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians is supposed to call upon. All right? Because Jesus Christ is an idol. When you think about Jesus Christ, you think about a so-called white man with long hair and blue eyes. But that's not biblical. That's not what the Lord looked like. Yeah, and this is what the Lord looked like, all right? The Lord is a so-called black man according to the scriptures, all right? He got white woolly hair and a white woolly beard, all right, with red eyes. Like it tells you in Revelation, the 1st chapter, the 13th verse through the 15th verse, all right? The Messiah is not a so-called white man.
Yep. It says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven.
Yeah, the day that cometh that shall burn as an oven is a thermonuclear war that's taking place. You see all these countries test firing their nuclear missiles so they're test firing it so they can hit over here in the shores of America, all right? Because it's prophesied in the Bible that the whole landmass of America is going to be destroyed. It's going to turn into a desert.
It says, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly.
The proud. First and foremost, you know, the proud is a so-called white man. And the so-called white race in the Bible, they're known as the Edomites. All right? They're the descendants of Esau. All right? The so-called white people that you see in the land of Israel, they're not the Jews. All right? We're the Jews. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, you're the chosen nation that the Heavenly Father chose. All right? You're the nation whose salvation is for. All right? Those people in the land of Israel, they got that land through the Balfour Declaration. All right? The scriptures tell you that Yahweh Shai, he's going to bring us to our land. All right? Not us going to the homeland. All right? Because you got camps like HODC talking about you got to go to the homeland to be received by Yahweh. That's not in the scriptures. All right? That's not scriptural. So you trying to tell me that I got to get a plane ticket and then I could be received of the Heavenly Father? That's crazy. You adding on to the scriptures.
That's the teaching in the old school. They were saying airplanes were going to deliver us. 747. All that bullshit. That's not scripture.
Yeah. That's now when you teach that, you're taking away the glory from Yahweh Shai. Because when Yahweh Shai, when he returned, Yahweh Shai is coming to deliver his elect. And Yahweh Shai going to receive that glory and that the elect belongs to him. And he also coming to destroy. So when you say that it's not gonna, we gotta leave ourselves and go and deliver ourselves. That means you're taking away the glory from the Lord.
Yeah. Because Yahweh Shai is who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. He's coming back in the so-called UFO. Because one of the lies of the so-called white man is that there's green people inside UFOs. all right? Inside of the UFOs is the angels. When you look up at the sky and you see those white orbs floating in the sky, all right, those are chariots. The UFOs are known as the chariots of the Most High.
They in the scriptures.
They in the scriptures, all right? Zechariah seen it. That's how we're going to receive salvation. Yeah, Ezekiel seen it, all right? Different prophets seen it, and they wrote it down in the book. Elijah was taken up on one.
It's like that's the same way the Israelites were delivered out of Egypt. They were led by that fire or that pillar in the sky, man. A cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. That's why the old slaves, they knew that.
Yeah.
The old
Sweet home,
slavery, the hymn,
sweet home, sweet chariot.
Yeah.
Coming home to carry me home.
That's right.
That's why they didn't want the slaves to go into the Bible, because they knew once they go into the Bible, they're gonna identify the people, the chosen people, and they're gonna know who their God is.
That's why they Salakia. That's why they beat us if we read.
Yeah.
But if we read the Bible, they killed us.
They killed you. That's where they get the concept when a so-called UFO beam somebody up, their clothes just get left behind. Where did they get that from? They got that from the account with Elijah. When Elijah got sent up, and what was left? His garments. So Esau, he knows the scriptures, but the best way to tell a lie is by giving some truth.
Yeah, so the Messiah, he's coming back in a so-called UFO. All right, he's coming back in a gigantic father ship. All right, and he's gonna come back and he's gonna deliver the elect. All right, the Israelites that believe, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, and us as the hopeful elect, our Baratazah, we be a part of the elect. We're gonna wait for Yahushua to come and deliver us, because that's one of the promises. He said he was gonna deliver us. All right, that's why when you come into the truth, you gotta have patience, man.
Yep.
All right, you gotta have patience and you gotta wait. That's a part of your faith. All right, you gotta do this will unto the end, because if you don't do this will, you're gonna be destroyed. All right.
That's right. This is back to Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly.
Yeah, because the proud, the so-called white race, which is known as the Edomites, they're the proud, but it also refers to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. 2/3 of you is going to be destroyed, pursuant to Zechariah 13:8. All right, the Lord said he's going to destroy 2/3 of his own people. All right, who's the Lord's people? You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We was chosen to be the top nation above all nations, but what happened to us? We broke the law, statutes, and commandments. That's why we went into slavery. All right, but they don't teach you this. They don't teach you this in school. All right, they just teach you you're a slave, but they don't teach you why you went into slavery. All right, they don't teach you how, like, they talk about like Kuta Kente. Oh, now your name is Toby now. They don't teach you that. They want to make it seem like the slaves were stupid. Oh, massa. They don't teach you that was a Hebrew word meaning an oppressor. All right, how the slaves, they spoke Hebrew. They wasn't illiterate. They wasn't stupid. All right, they didn't understand the so-called white man's dialect. They didn't understand English. And the so-called white man, he had to beat that into us.
You know what? Let me go to the prophets.
And now that you say that, just to back you up, brother, they purposely not trying to teach Israel, man. You know, because why? According to the scriptures, especially in Judith and other examples, that what? If Israel knows their power, ain't nobody can defeat them. But if Israel does not have their power, they won't be on top. So these other nations want to have the position, especially the damn devil, man, you know? So he knows if we have that knowledge, what's going to happen? He goes down. But the power of the Most High is so masterful and incredible that with all his billions of dollars and all the manifestation of manifest destiny, all the efforts he's done to block the truth from Israel, the Lord has still woken us up. That's the proof of the Most High, man. That's the proof of Yahweh Bashim Yashah. They exist. With all the stuff that Esau has done to try to hide the truth, the men of the Lord, the elect, we're still waking up. The prophets are still here and growing.
Yeah, because the so-called white man, he tried to approach guys to try and get them to sell out.
Which is prophecy.
Which is prophecy. All right, but the prophets of Great Millstone, we don't sell out. All right, Great Millstone is not under no 501c3 like IUIC is, ISUPK. All right, the Lord told us don't make a covenant with the heathen, man. All right, the only covenant that we make is with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. We're his people. We have to follow the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right. Real quick, I'm gonna go to Deuteronomy 28 and 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things.
Yeah, because you know everything that you get, even like when you eating like a plate of food, man, you're supposed to be like the water, Yahweh Shimi Al-Shad, for this food that I'm eating. All right, because the times we're coming into the times of martial law. All right, a famine. There's not going to be any imports of goods coming into America. All right, all these stores you see around you is going to close down. Your supermarket only has 3 days worth of food, if that, when you go in there. All right, when this society collapsed, because the scriptures call it the day of Jacob's trouble, there's going to be a global economic collapse. There's going to be a stock market crash. All right, that's going to be the hour of temptation, where they're going to bring in the mark of the beast, which is known as the RFID chip implant, and overseas is known as the NFC chip implant. All right, and when it comes out, when it's made mandatory after the petrodollar collapse, you're not supposed to take that. All right, but it's prophesied that people will take it, but the hopeful elect, all right, the elect is not going to take that chip. They're not going to bow down to the image of the New World Order. They're not going to bow down to the so-called white man.
I got a precept for the scripture you brought out. Where it says we didn't go to the Most High for the one of all things. Hosea 2:4. And now will not have mercy upon the children, for they be the children of whoredoms. For their mother hath played the harlot.
The favorite scripture.
Yeah.
Go ahead, read
It
it.
said,
Yeah, now go
it
ahead.
said, and I will not have mercy upon her children. That's talking about Israel.
That's right.
That's the children talking about. Most I wasn't going to have mercy on them, right?
That's right.
And it says, for they be the children of whoredoms.
Can I add a little bit? That's why the Most High said, they be the children of whoredoms. Because one of the main reasons that the Most High had our enemies take us down for insubordination and serving other gods. So